80% of people are gonna fail at reaching their goals and New Year's resolutions. Will you too? You have a higher chance of winning craps on your first roll by rolling a 7 or 11 than you do of reaching your goals and New Year's resolutions. So if we continue to approach goals like everybody else, we have an 80% chance of failing. We need to do things differently to be able to design the life that we love and to achieve goals successfully. And goals without a plan are just dreams. And most of us are not lucky enough to achieve our dreams through luck and chance alone. Otherwise, we'd be rich off of rolling 7s and 11s at the crap table. So it's the beginning of the year and New Year's resolutions are being scribbled and scribed onto paper. And it made me think about how I used to be. And an ex-girlfriend told me this a while ago when we were having the talk. She said something along these lines. You were so motivated to achieve and had so many ambitious goals, but it seemed like you got comfortable in our relationship inside your goals. And that was a moment where I took a step back and it made me realize she was right. What did I have to show over all of those years? All of the big things that I wanted to do. Get promoted, make 6 figures, get out of debt, travel the world, become a better dancer, get fit. But in that moment, I hadn't done much. All I did was just continue to dance on the dance teams I was on and make no progress in the goals for the rest of my life and in all areas of my life. I thought to myself, what really have I achieved? All I had were just these dreams that I could try to manifest and want as much as I wanted, but if I didn't take any action on them or do any work, nothing was gonna happen. So what happened after was a wake up and a journey through self-development, learning from a lot of different mentors, being able to take different systems on how to achieve, how to work on myself, how to keep motivated, and then create a system that helped hone in on achieving my goals. Through this system, this is what it has enabled me to create a life that I love. I've been able to pay off major credit card debt, $14,000 credit card debt, $35,000 student loans, nearly $10,000 of car debt. Now I'm promoted to a business consultant at a huge Fortune 500 company within the top 20. I've built online businesses, grown a podcast to 100,000 downloads, got my first freelance marketing clients. I got over anxiety, self-doubt, and fear to eventually approach a girl that I didn't know that became my girlfriend that I absolutely love. And it overcame all the internal struggles and resistance, self-doubt, laziness to be able to start this YouTube channel. What I'm going to be sharing is that goal setting and achieving and planning process. How to effectively set goals and to effectively achieve them. First, you're gonna wanna break up your life and all the major areas you want to achieve and have success in. There's no magic number, but you don't wanna overwhelm yourself. I typically set 7 main categories. If that's too much, you can set 3, and if that's too much, you can set 1. What is the one major life goal? If you look back a year from now, and you just achieve that one goal, those 3 goals, those 7 goals, what would make you absolutely thrilled, happy, and just plain excited? Those are gonna be the goals that you're gonna start to think about. These goals need to be something that's outside your comfort zone, but not overwhelming. Because if it's too overwhelming, you're not gonna take action. And if it's too underwhelming, you're gonna be comfortable and you could have grown a lot more. So if we were to rate this from a scale of overwhelming, 1 where you don't feel anything, 10, you're so nervous and frozen, afraid that you can't take any action, you want to be in a sweet spot of about 5 to 8. And then adjust if you still can't take action on these. But 5 to 8 is what we found to be successful for clients that we've worked with in previous businesses where we've had to coach people. You can think about all the major categories fitting into the main 3: health, wealth, relationships. Wealth is going to be anything that relates to your financial situation, your financial health. Major categories for me and for other people will be entrepreneurship or business, career, your day job,
investing your 401k, trading, starting a side business, doing anything that increases your overall wealth. Next is going to be health. This is going to be your overall health. Your health isn't necessarily going to be physical. Physical is going to be the easiest thing to point out. Like, oh, I want to reach this weight. I want to be more fit. I want to fit into my pants again because I have a muffin top and now everything pops out of my jeans. Even though you can't see this because it's a baggier shirt. I live a little muffin top. I didn't used to have this. So this is inside my goals of just being fit, being able to snowboard and not be tired, being able to dance and not be tired, being able to get to a level of fitness when I was surfing or when I was dancing that I'm not tired and I have more energy to be able to create more videos, go on hikes, to travel the world and feel better. And also, if I'm accumulating all of this wealth, I don't want to die and not be able to enjoy the wealth and all the relationships that make my life better. And the last one is going to be relationship. This can be broken up into social, family, your significant other or partner, and then any other relationships that you want to cultivate. You can make them out to be specifically with your parents, your loved one, overall with your friends, your best friend, or just being able to get out there, be more social, get in front of people. Maybe it's to get out of your shell, to build relationships, to put yourself out there. Maybe you want to improve and enhance the relationships and do more for your friends. Think of their gifts, be more thoughtful, spend more time with them. This is just doing more in that sense so that you can improve your overall relationships.
And whatever else you want to make progress on, it's up to you. These goals are yours. There's no judgment on the goals themselves. As long as you're not trying to kill anybody, they're ethical, then go ahead. And within each category, you're gonna set one major annual goal. This is by the end of the year or whatever time frame you set. And for some people, it's hard to narrow it down to just one goal. When you focus on the most important goal, one goal that if you achieve, it makes it easier for you to achieve other goals because you're not chasing all of these different opportunities and things that come up because you have this focus on this single goal for each category that you have. Next, we're gonna smartify these goals. It's an acronym that you wanna make sure your goals have, that they set these parameters, these standards for each of these goals. And smartifying a goal, here are what it stands for. S is for specific, M is measurable, A is achievable, R is relevant, T is time-bound. Specific is adding more details so you have a better picture of what you want to achieve. Because when it's too broad, it's hard to measure and it's hard to actually track if you succeeded in achieving your goal at the end of the year. Wanting to travel more is a good start. Wanting to travel to 3 countries by the end of the year is even better. You have to put that into more concrete details. Traveling to 3 countries, by the end of the year, you can see if you went to 3 countries or not. Measurable is, can you track and measure your progress towards your goal? Because you can't improve something if you can't measure it. And if you can't measure it, you don't know what direction you're heading. So you can evaluate if the actions are getting you there, if they're effective or not. And then a good question to ask for measurable is, how will I know if I accomplished my goal or not? Achievable is, can I achieve this goal? Can I achieve it within the time frame that I have, with the resources, the skills, the experience that I have, or can I get that experience? Achievable is, do I believe I can reach this goal? And this is where a lot of people fail. Goals without plans are just dreams. You want to be able to create a strategy and think about, how am I going to achieve this goal? When you start to create a plan and you write it out and you map it out for the entire year, how much work do I need to put into this? What strategies am I going to learn? What else do I need to know before I can try to achieve these goals? By putting in all of that work up front, you'll be able to know, is this goal achievable? Yes, I can achieve this goal, and yes, I'm willing to put in the work and the hard effort, blood, sweat, tears needed to achieve this goal. The higher the goal, the more effort, the more planning that you need to put up front. Relevant means, does this goal matter to me? Am I making this goal for somebody else? Or is this something I want to achieve? Is this something that motivates me? Is this something that I wake up excited to take and make progress on, moving me towards the life I want to live and the person I want to become. And within the context of all my other goals and all the different categories that I have and the ones I've set for this year, is this goal relevant? Or is this something that clashes? Do I need to modify those goals so that everything is aligned? Will I be able to put in the work and effort to achieve all of these goals? Maybe only achieve part of what I can achieve this year because I need to put in more work towards my business. I need to put more work in career. Or maybe I'm getting married, maybe I'm starting a family, and I need to put more work into that. And then once that's running stable, easier to manage, then I can focus on creating a business. I can focus on moving my career forward. Whatever it is, look at it and make sure that it's relevant with everything that you're doing. Time bound? That's easier. Does your goal fit within the deadline and is it dated? We're human beings. We're driven by deadlines. So if we don't have a deadline, we'll just keep putting it off, and then we'll probably never eventually get to it. Even though we'll say, I'll eventually get to it, but eventually never comes. Deadlines are a great motivator. And if you haven't seen the video on procrastination, I talk about deadlines and creating a system. I'll watch that video here. I'll place a card, but just make sure that your goal is time bound. You'll be more motivated. You'll be pushing yourself and you'll be able to track your progress and see how you're doing in moving towards that goal. Once I've set my major goals and I modified them to make sure that they're SMART goals, now comes creating the detailed plan and strategy for how to achieve those goals for the year. This is where I brainstorm all the different ways on how I can achieve the goal, but all the different ways that I can fail, all the different obstacles that I may run into, and what I can do if that happened. If I cheat when I'm supposed to be eating healthy, what do I do? Maybe I can go run every time that I do that. Maybe I give $100 to a friend. Maybe I have a friend that holds me accountable and I do weekly check-in. Maybe we have a competition within our friend group or work group. We have to log and take pictures of our food all the time. What will keep me honest and what will keep me motivated? If I run and I make mistakes, which is going to happen. We are human beings. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to be tired. We're going to be hungry. We're going to lose willpower. And then we're just going to say F it and sleep and not do anything that we were supposed to do. It's going to happen. Don't pretend like it's not going to happen unless you're a machine. And even if you're a machine, there's times where you're going to make mistakes too. It's okay, but prepare ahead of time so that if you make a mistake, you'll have a plan of how to approach that mistake, how to pick yourself up and adapt when you do make that mistake. So look at your strategy, break it up into 12 major goals, milestones, things that you would need to hit so that you can reach your goal by the end of the year. Within each month, that's what you're going to be focusing on. So after this is tracking my progress through the goals. I'll do this quickly every day that I'm working on the goals. I'll do a bigger review every week or 2 weeks. At the end of the month, I'll do a look back and say, how well did I do? What did I do well? What could I improve? What should I try for next time? Am I on track to reach my goals? Do I need to modify my strategy? And I'll do that at the end of the month because I don't want to do it on a daily basis or on a weekly basis because you can get caught up in all of these different ideas, opportunities, and distractions instead of just going down within that month and asking yourself those questions. Life moves fast. Priorities are going to change. You're going to change. So your goals can change. It's okay to change your goals, but make sure you're changing them for a legitimate reason and not letting yourself off the hook because it gets hard. But we have the ability to solve a lot of our problems through creative and critical thinking. Oftentimes we doubt our own ability to be able to create the solution because we can't think about it. But if this were possible, if reaching this goal were possible, how would you do it? What would you need to do? So ask yourself those questions before you remove a goal. When you come down to it and it makes sense to remove a goal, just remove it. If this sounds like a lot of work, it is. Talking to a lot of high achievers, people who've created 6, 7, 8-figure businesses, CEOs of big companies, you name it, any high achiever, they'll have a system in place for achieving their goals. They'll plan for what they need to do. All of the plans will be different, but what is the same is that they have something and a strategy they're working towards. And you're gonna wanna do the same. But if it's too overwhelming and it seems like it's too much work, bring it back. Start with what is easy for you. What's more important is starting and changing your plan. This wasn't my original goal achieving strategy before. It was a lot more simple. I focused on a few goals and then eventually I started to get better. But in the beginning, do what makes sense. If you take action on a simple plan and you're consistent on it, that's what matters more than a complicated plan that you never take action on. Go with simple and then improve on simple. Public and social accountability is a great motivator, has pushed people to do amazing things. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write my goals not only in the YouTube description, but I'm gonna put it inside the comments. Let's make this a tradition. So every year I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna update my goals and I'm gonna revisit this video. And then I'd love to see all of your goals and what you wanna achieve for this year. And then let's keep doing it for years and years and years to come. It's gonna be like this amazing time capsule, things that we've achieved and changed about our lives. So please leave your goals in the comments below. Cheers to an amazing year. I believe in you and I know you will do amazing things. Don't give up. Keep yourself in the race and you will get there. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.